running us over, you're shooting us, all because of the color of our skin. All because we have culture, we brought it here, and we are who we are, and we love it here, and we help people here. That's what we're known for. We help people, and yet we're getting terrorized. We're going through this. Our families are being, our babies are literally being ripped from our hands. If someone could please tell me if there's something we can do if there's something we could do to help our people. Please just imagine yourself in our situation. Imagine your people are being terrorized. They're being ran over. If you literally cannot have empathy for someone, I don't know what to tell you. You're an evil ass human being, and you need help, and you need God. You have no heart, and hell, there's a special place in hell for you. Karma is real, and God will take care of them. This is so heartbreaking. I don't know what we could do to help. I feel so helpless. I just want to help with something. I just want this to end. I just want there to be peace like there was peace. I just want that. That's all I want for us.
So I'm getting tired of seeing videos of my raza, my Latin community, my Hispanic community, calling out black people, our black brothers, for not doing what we think that they're supposed to be doing. This revolution is for us. This revolution is ours. It is our turn and our time to stand up for what is right. Leave those people alone. If their people want to call them out and ask them to stand in solidarity with us, then let that be so. But I need all my Hispanic and Latinos to leave them alone. If you are not black, do not call them out. They are not deserving of that. We need to focus on our own, please.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we bring you reactions, commentary and discussions on viral stories, trending news, culture and current events. Before we begin, I would like to give full credit to the original creators of any clips, images or audio used in this video. They are featured for commentary, educational and discussion purposes as I share my own analysis and perspective. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any upload. I also love hearing your thoughts, so be sure to join the conversation in the comments. Now with that being said, let's get into the video and I'll be back with my commentary.
And since y'all want to make this a race issue, let's talk. I have a lot of people in the comments talking about, why are you just talking about African Americans? Why are you just asking for our support? Why are you not asking white people? Why are you not asking Asian people? Let me tell you something. If it's not clear by now, they have never been part of the fight. And that's not to come for you guys, but the majority is not the minority, right? Black and brown are the minority in this country. We have had a lot more issues than any other race in this country. So, you know, by default, you would kind of think like we would stand together, you know, having a history of so much oppression. And, you know, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else, but we have both been through a lot. This is not even a topic of conversation. Once y'all get over the fact that it's not a race thing, because there is only one race, and that is the human race. And if you guys want to continue to put us in separate teams, then we are never going to fix the problem. Truly. If there is no unity, nothing is getting fixed. I'm going to just leave that there.
Black people saying this is not our fight, making you upset. I've seen video after video from Latino creators or Latino people coming online pleading to black people to put our bodies at the forefront of this fight against illegal ICE raids, against deportation, against roundups, against undocumented people being rounded up and families being disjointed. But there's several reasons as to why you should not be shocked that black people are sitting this one out. You guys all remember that this is a subset of your community last year. You're also aware that across the board, overwhelmingly black people voted in favor of the candidate that had black interests, Latino interests, Asian interests at heart. Where if you look at the sentiments of what that vote represents, half of your community voted for this. Half of your community said F you to black people. Half of your community said, we don't care about you. Half of your community said you wanted to be white aligning and white adjacent. And now you're being reminded of the fact that you're not. We have to have the ability to hold multiple truths when we speak to.
You know what's so funny? Everyone who felt comfy enough to out themselves that they voted for Trump back in January, they're dead silent right now. Dead silent.
Apprehending them and taking them away from their families and their jobs and the lives they've built here doesn't bother you, then you're a bad person. And I don't want to be your friend. And I don't care about your opinion.
I say this in the most disrespectful way possible as a first-generation American whose parent is not from this country. If you got here and you got papers and you agree with what's going on right now, fuck you.
If you are a resident of Los Angeles, California, and you have a large platform on this app on the internet, and you have decided, you have made the conscious choice to not speak out against the ICE raids that are taking place in this city right now, the attack that Los Angeles is feeling in this moment, if you are not sticking your head out for your own community, the city of Los Angeles in which you live, that you benefit so much from, if you can't do that, you do not deserve your platform, and maybe you should fucking move.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but being undocumented isn't a crime. You're just racist. See you in hell. Mwah.
I think it's important to remember that though what Trump is doing in LA is absolutely deranged and incredibly fucked up, it is an act of desperation. The people behind all this, though it may seem very calculated, are not smart.
California does not really belong to the United States. It belongs to Mexico. And we stole it from them in 1850.
People would not have to be protesting if what was going on in this country was even a little bit normal. Instead of thinking about what's going on, think about what has been going on that causes something like this to go on.
Yeah, I would do absolutely anything for my daughter, and that includes going to a different country to give her a better life. And being undocumented is not a criminal offense, it's a civil one. And if you've ever jaywalked, congratulations, because you've also committed a civil offense. And you're so worried about criminals being in this country, yet you voted for one to run it.
This is one of those moments where silence feels really fucking loud, because what do you mean you're not absolutely horrified by what's happening right now?
The same oppressor that exploits the African abuses the Latino. And please believe if they could figure out how to deport, they've been trying since the Emancipation Proclamation. The same enemy has used these same methods to divide, devalue, and destroy. Common enemy, common goal. The same corporations that run the ICE detention centers run the state and federal prisons, where our people are doing slave labor for 13 cents an hour. Those same corporations abduct and hold Palestinians in Israel. And not only are the same riot police deployed against blacks and Latinos, they receive training, information, and technology from the IOF. Historically, we were snatched from the shores of Africa and brought to Central and South America. Don't be fooled into believing this struggle is not ours. They come for you in the night, they'll come for me in the morning. So shit, inshallah, the Latinos in Los Angeles County really unify, because there's 4.5 million of them. 2,000 National Guard. Fuck they gonna do with 5 million people?
Black people, this ain't got shit to do with us. I disagree. Piece of evidence number one. Alabama could send inmates to foreign prisons under proposed bill. They say our prisons are too soft. This is from May of this year, 2025. Read it with me. A proposed bill, HB 618, would allow Alabama to send people incarcerated in the state to foreign prisons. This bill would authorize the commissioner of the Department of Corrections to enter into contracts with foreign nations to confine Alabama inmates to a penal institution or correctional facility. Orange Man is already accidentally detaining American citizens, but he says he would love to send the homegrown criminals next to foreign prisons. I just sold you a piece of policy that's being introduced in Alabama that does what? Okay. Like Z said on Twitter, you really think the government that enslaved your ancestors for 400 years, they erase your political prisoners, so they throw no crack into your communities, and you think they above sending your black ass to El Salvador prison? To the people in the back, they are lying to you, claiming that what's happening with ICE is not black people's business. First, ICE targets black people too. Also, history should tell you anytime masked and unmasked jump out boys are snatching folks off the street, it's 100% black people's business. Folks on this side, even if you think you're undeportable, when Trump is talking about overturning birthright citizenship, I should remind you, they was not denying your ancestors citizenship to deport them. They were doing it to deny dehumanizing them and captivating them. I mean, put them in captivity. I'm so annoyed I can't even talk right now. I said I can't pronounce words, but it's true. ICE agents aren't allowed to detain anyone they want. So the fact they are accidentally detaining U.S. citizens means they are breaking the law. Listen, you don't have to put yourself on the front lines. You don't have to go out to the streets to not champion mass deportation politics. You do not have to sacrifice yourself to say, hey, what they doing right here is bad, and I'm not going to be rooting it on. As a matter of fact, Justin Scott made a beautiful video about creating counter narratives that I think you can check out. It doesn't involve nothing about putting yourself in harm's way and all about creating counter narratives with the same device y'all be hating on, these old phones. And coming to a conclusion, conservatives won when they cooked up that xenophobic crack. It's moving in my community like blue magic. I'm talking about it got way too many folks geeked too. It's manufactured destruction just like real crack. Emboldening ICE and increasing the police apparatus is definitely going to have an impact on black people. These Mexicans asked for that. That's what they get. The Latinos should have watched what they were saying. This is the state of California and the Electoral College showing you that it's blue and all 54 Electoral College votes went towards Kamala Harris. Those people in California did not vote for this. As a matter of fact, according to Unidos USA, Kamala Harris won 66% of the Latino vote in California against Donald Trump. According to another source, Votecast, 55% of the Latino respondents in California supported Kamala Harris. I get it though. It's a learned programming. White folks do it the same way. They pick the worst example of black folks and then define the entire community that way and say this justifies doing y'all like that. That's what y'all doing to the Mexicans. That's what y'all doing to the Latino community. I'm talking about majority of California voted for Kamala Harris, and that's where Donald Trump is deciding to unlaunch this crazy militaristic approach towards mass deportation.
You guys put yourselves in a separate race from us. Hispanics, Latinos have always made it clear that they are not the blacks. Me no black, me no black, me no black. What about Native Americans? The so-called Native Americans? Y'all actually look a lot alike, to be quite honest. How come you ain't calling on them? Aren't they a minority? Asians are not a minority. Like the math just is not mathing with this one. You know what it is? What it all boils down to? What people never want to admit is that black American people have always fought and we have always prevailed. No matter if y'all want to say we on the bottom or what, we got ourselves out of shackles. It was not just because some white man one day woke up and said, oh, I think I want to let my slaves free. I think I want to let go of my free labor. Clearly, that was not the case because look at what followed with Jim Crow.
See, here's the thing. I did stand up for you guys until I got fired my first day at work because of you guys. I stood up for y'all and everything that was right in brown and black until I lost my job within 24 hours because of you guys. Story time on how I thought I was going to have a job and work a regular job until I got there and lost my job because the Latinas that were there lied and said that I did this, did that, until I talked to the supervisor and got my job back. So she quit because she did not want to work with me. But the way that she did quit, it was what was funny about the situation, because she didn't quit until after my supervisor brought me back to work. She put me back on my regular shift. and she didn't come back to work. She quit. She quit right then and there. And the reason for her quitting is because she didn't want to work with me. So she quit. She never came back to work. After she quit, the only person that I had problems with now is old boy and her mom. Her mom came in on the next shift after me, 6 in the morning, right? Now, mind you, her daughter didn't quit. The dude who was dating old girl quit, who in turn made her quit. So now there's 3 people in a row that has quit within the next 2 to 3 days or week that I had been back to work after getting fired in 24 hours because they tried to lie on me and say what I had did and didn't do. Now, mind you, there's only one left. Her mom, this lady that works the fryer, and the dude I believe is her husband, the mom's husband, who I got into it with a little bit later down the road. And he can't even speak English. So a little bit further down the road, one of the brothers come into the store and gets into it with one of the team leaders who just became the team leader just recently. And he gets mad at her and tells her, it's messed up how you sent my brother home, this, that, and the other. Then told him that he had to pay for a drink. And the girl sat there and told him, I didn't tell him that he had to leave. The manager called and said that she seen him on the camera and told him that he needed to go home because he was on the camera in the front counter eating and drinking or whatever it was he was doing. Now, mind you, days before this happened, I had just recently gotten in trouble by their mom taking pictures of me having a bag with a burger and some fries and a drink in. You know, I asked the manager if I could get me something to eat all the time right before I get ready to leave because when I come in and work, you know, I don't take breaks. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just work. I just work all the way through. I don't take breaks. I don't do none of that. I stay in the kitchen the whole time. You're cooking. What do you need to take a break for? You're doing the same thing you do at home for money on top of that. So what I need a break for? But she takes pictures of me, or she took pictures of my bag while it was at the front counter and I was cleaning up because I seen her take the pictures and I knew that was what she was doing. So when when the manager comes in and she sees the bag right there, she asked me, "Hey, did you pay for that? This is that and that." And I was like, "Nah, I haven't even made it to my first paycheck yet. You know, I was just a little hungry and I usually ask if I can get a burger and some fries before I leave." And she was like, I understand this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be, because I was trying to take it back home to my baby mama. But she's hungry. She's at home hungry, you know what I'm saying? She's pregnant, going through it, and she needs something to eat. You know what I'm saying? She sit there and explained to me how the lady that was in the kitchen after I had got ready to go took pictures of the food that I had and sent them to her saying that I was stealing food. Now, mind you, I asked for what I get all the time. But I was stealing food technically. I was stealing food from the store from what I was being told. You know what I'm saying? Even though I asked for permission. So with that being said, tried to get me in trouble right then. So what happens is her mom starts doing all of the complaining, trying to say that I need to do this or I haven't done that or do this or that. But I always ask her before I leave the kitchen, hey, is there anything else that you need me to do? Because she can understand English. She always says, no, you're good. Bueno. No, always, bueno. Okay, cool. Get up out the kitchen. Only for me to turn around and leave and have my manager call me and telling me, hey, she's saying that you didn't do this. She's saying that you didn't do that. Luckily, I started taking pictures of everything. So with that being said, didn't work that time. So now I'm starting to see it wasn't just the sister. It was the mom as well. The mom was low key trying to get me in trouble behind the scenes as well, because now I'm starting to figure out All of them are related. They all coming from the same house. They all riding in the same truck. They all living together. They all talking on the phone together. They all know each other. All of them. So at a point in time, me and my manager kind of butted heads a little bit because now I'm on the defensive side. I've put up a wall because I now know all of y'all are related. Y'all all gonna ride for each other. Neither one of you is gonna stand up on their own to sit there and be like, why are y'all fucking with this dude? Leave him alone. Y'all gonna all ride for each other. Y'all family. That's how y'all rock. You know, and that's cool. I'd love to be a part of that type of family, but I don't want to be part of that type of family. That's embarrassing as fuck. So with that being said, they tried to take pictures of me again. One night she had left. No, he was coming in. I was leaving. When he came in, we got slammed right before I had got ready to start cleaning up. So I only had like 10, 15 minutes before it was time for me to clock out and go home. But I always stay overtime to make sure I finish my job. Now, mind you, while I'm trying to finish my job, I'm supposed to be gone at 10. I ended up leaving at like 11. I'm still going around cleaning up, washing dishes, wiping everything down, restocking everything, making sure he got extra meat, extra eggs, all that. While I'm still cleaning up, he's going around taking pictures of every fucking thing. Everything he's taking pictures of. He's taking pictures of stuff that I'm not even finished with. Now, he takes all the pictures that he took, waits until I go home, sends the picture to his wife. His wife sends the pictures to my manager. My manager calls me and sends me the pictures. Boss lady, every last one of these pictures is pictures. It looked like he took all these pictures while he was watching me cleaning up. While I was still there. I hadn't even left yet. I hadn't clocked out or anything. I was still cleaning up. She tells me, yeah, I know I was watching on the camera. So I'm sitting here like, it's really that serious to where y'all don't like us that much, to where you're willing to try to get me fired from my job that damn bad, only because you don't like my skin color. That was the day that I started realizing how serious. I thought racism was a serious thing back then, but nowadays, when I almost lost a job I needed to take care of my children, knowing that you guys do the same shit to take care of your kids. Now sit there and tell me you have any reason to sit there and ask black people to help you in a fucking rally. And come back and holler at me when you get a good ass reason. Because this is not just an everyday thing for me. This ain't no just random act for me that just happened out of nowhere. This is shit that y'all are doing everywhere across America, bro. Y'all don't fuck with us. So why sit up here and act like y'all do? Even people like me sit up there and give y'all chances to show us that y'all actually like us. Don't even sit there and be thinking about the fact that you might be racist. Don't even think about anything like that. And then you turn around and put people through shit like this. Now, I still have my job to this day. Every single one of them quit or got fired now since then. Why? Because I didn't do nothing but keep doing my job. I didn't feed into that bull. I didn't sit there and condone into the drama. I kept doing my job. And guess what? Now the entire kitchen has flipped. Because only one man that came in destined to take care of his family. You see how God worked? Now them motherfuckers got to go look for work somewhere else. You should have did your job and left me alone.
He's like, where are the black people when we need them with their help? With the whole Latino thing going on with the dog document. And that triggered all of the black community. So now there's a bunch of videos saying a bunch of crap against Mexicans. They go, here we go again. The black community is mad because we're asking for their help. Instead of responding in a good way, they're really bashing us, bashing Mexicans. And saying,
I do have something to say first. This is my humble opinion. I think where we go wrong is that we ask for their help. Personally. And let me elaborate. I don't think that we as brown people should be asking another race of people to help us. I think if another race of people want to help voluntarily, then that's that. I'm going to give you a great example. I've had a black woman, Latina, but black, right? Who is more involved in the Latino community than the Black community. As a Black woman, but from Latin America. So much so that before Donald Trump was elected, she reached out to me and said, Ricardo, you have a lot of Black people that listen to you. Can you please talk to them to help us Latinos? She's Black. She's telling a Mexican guy, can you please talk to your overwhelming Black audience to help us Latinos? I'm like, you're Black. But you see, this is how these kind of terminologies have kind of ruined us a little bit. That in the case of like Black Latinos, if you will, they're so busy, and I mean this with all due respect to the Black Latinos, they're so busy trying to be Latinos that they forget about Black people. And they're Black. From my observation, to the point where a Black woman is asking me, and she's got a large following, but she has been using her following to be involved in the Latino community. And she has to ask me, and this is what I told her though. This is what I said. I said, I will not do that. I will not ask Black people to help us at all, actually. And what was disrespectful the most was when I saw that over 60% of Latinos voted for Trump.
Yeah, so I didn't even know that until last week. I said, what?
Check this out. So you mean to tell me our own community voted mostly for Trump, and we want another race of people to help us? That's why Black people are offended. Yeah. It's like I've heard it all the time. Black people themselves tell me, we voted for Kamala. You want our help? You need to convince your people to help you first. So now imagine Black people from the outside looking in, 60-something% of Latinos voted for Trump, and here comes the Latinos asking for their help. That's disrespectful, man. Of course. Go ahead, China.
And that's what I wanted to touch on, because as I stated before, like in the Afro Latino conversation that we had, I find my community not with Latinos.
Uh-huh.
I am part of the 92% that voted for Kamala. Okay. The reason why we say enough, help yourself, is because the elections really did show us that we were alone.
Yep.
It's the sentiment that we really fight for everybody and nobody fights for us. And that's why when they look around, they say, oh, well, we're all the Black people. Do you see them protests, the little parades that people were having, protesting? Why do you think they were so peaceful? Why do you think they weren't, the police weren't out there in anti-riot gear and militarized police wasn't out there? We're not using our bodies as human shields for people anymore. When the George Floyd protests happened, I was in Seattle and I was out there. Everything was peaceful until the agents of chaos came in, and they started tear gassing us, like I'm telling you, como perro no trataban.
Yeah.
When all we want is the right to live, the right to exist. Don't kill us. We saw things for what they really were in the elections.
Yeah.
We're
and
done.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I agree. We did. But I saw it before the elections, to be honest with you. I saw it before it.
Yeah, I did
too. I didn't need the elections. I didn't need to see 60% Latino for. I didn't. I've been seeing this my whole life. And I've always told people, the Black and brown people that come into my chat way before the elections, y'all pay attention to who comes over here and attack me when I address white tea people. It's Latinos. Latinos get mad when I address white tea people. All the people that got my back in the comment section are Black people. When I'm addressing white tea supremacy, all the Latinos come in here, you're a hater. I don't need the election thing to show me anything. I've seen it not only here in the chat. I've seen it my whole life growing up. Latinos, bro, are some self-hating motherfuckers. Straight up.
And it was such a perfect storm for Latinos to see themselves as they really are.
Yeah.
Because not only would they not vote for Kamala because she is black, they wouldn't vote for her because she's woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
El machismo.
Esas dos cosas.
Oh,
I'm
man.
telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Because we uphold YT supremacy.
Mm-hmm. We do.
We do. I don't find my community with other Latinos.
Yeah, I understand that. You're probably safer that way.
And I am.
You're safer that way because although you're Latina, you're black. In the Latino world, the Latinos that matter are the white T ones.
That's it.
As indigenous people, as black people in the Latino world, we're better off not even fucking with that whole Latino thing. Honestly.
And this is from a 2019, right? It's called the Pew. I don't know if you heard of it. PEW Research Center. 72% of Latinos in the U.S. 72. That's a lot. Think that having lighter skin provides advantages in America. 72.
Of course. With all due respect to your research, I didn't need a piece of paper or a study to show me this. This is not only in the United States. This is in Latin America.
Everywhere in Latin America.
We live by the phrase mejorar la raza. This chant of mejorar la raza is across the board in Latin American countries. Puerto Rico, Mexico. Mejorar la raza is a fucking thing.
Everywhere.
So, yeah, man, you know, it's good to do this research and get the facts to prove it on paper.
Right.
But the evidence is there.
Right. 10 years from now, you're going to see a lot more YT and Latinos, you know, making babies, and all of a sudden, there goes our cultura. No more Chicanos anymore.
With all due respect, let me correct that. There goes our ethnicity.
There goes your ethnicity.
Because let's face it here. Our cultura is predominantly YT, and it's been since colonialism.
Yeah.
Everything that we've been representing culturally, what? Speaking Spanish, whose culture is that? Catholicism, whose culture is that? Everything about us, as far as like our mainstream culture, we could call it whatever we want. We call it Chicano culture, Mexican culture. The mainstream of it is YT. It's predominantly Eurocentric influence. So we've already lost that. Now what we're losing is our ethnicity.
And they're doing a great job by replacing us.
Yep.
Because they're going to take our food that doesn't come from any gringo. They're taking our music that doesn't come from the gringos.
It's a different kind of genocide. It's a different kind. It's a softer version of it, and we don't see it. They don't see it. But this is actually what's happening.
It's a romantic form.
It's a romantic genocide.
Oh yeah.
But for me, you know what I call it, what I like to call it, is a virus. It seeps into the cells and it multiplies.
Yeah.
It takes over everything, claims it as their own.
Steal everything and claim it as their own. Not only that, they want to be the main representation of everything they steal and shame us for trying to claim it as ours.
And what makes it worse, did you guys see how the Salvadoran president, when he went to what he said?
Oh my God.
Ricardo, I was like, okay, that's it. I go, no more Latinos anymore. The way he fucking saw Trump, and like he defended him, and no, I'm not bringing him back. The fuck?
Tooth and nail.
The fuck?
Tooth and nail.
That's what Trump wanted. He wanted everyone to see that. And now I'm like, we're 100 steps behind now again. I grew up in East LA, right? There's always a clash from the people that's from Mexico and the people like the Chicanos, right? They didn't care for us. There was at one point they hated us.
Yeah.
We just didn't get along.
Yeah. Chicanos and Mexicans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Mexicans don't like me because I speak educated. They don't like me. They make fun of me. I speak Spanish fluently.
Yeah.
And people don't understand what we as first generation Chicanos have to, when you're first generation, anything is hard enough, right? because you're the first generation in America. But for me, growing up in LA was the worst because we're right next to Mexico. And the shit that I had to go through, the Mexicans not liking me, I was made fun of all the time. Oh, you've been in Pocho, I've been in, all the stupid shit that they used to call me.
This is why I like to have these conversations, because it shows the intersectionality and it shows that we're all facing the same common problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One thing that Ricardo has said to me, white supremacy doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop pushing itself on us. So why would we stop? When he told me that shit, it turned my brain inside out, upside down, because it's true. So even though we see things and we get discouraged, we can't stop. I definitely understand where you're coming from, Ram, because I promise you I was feeling the same way until Ricardo said that shit to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I come to his lives, because it makes me feel like there's a place that other people understand. Because people don't, even though they go through it, they don't talk about it. They're either embarrassed to talk about it or they're scared to talk about it.
The reason why I told you that, of course, was because you had said, sometimes, Ricardo, I feel like giving up, man. Our people don't listen. No matter how much we tell them, our people don't listen.
Yeah.
And I told you, do you want to know why, no matter how much we try to bring awareness, why it doesn't work? It's because we give up. White people never have. Ever since they set foot in here, they have never stopped doing what they do. We give up. They don't. They never sleep. Their white supremacist system and propaganda, it never stops. It goes and it goes. We're the ones who take breaks. It's their perseverance that has beat us. That's what it is.
So the viral clip we are reacting to feature Hispanic and Latino Trump supporters expressing frustration over immigration enforcement and asking why Black Americans are not stepping into their communities during a difficult time. For some viewers, this has created an uncomfortable question. What happens when political policies begin affecting the same community that supported the politician behind those policies? Some people argue that immigration enforcement should apply equally to everyone, regardless of race or political affiliation. Others believe communities that are affected by deportation policy should be able to ask for solidarity and support from other groups. But there's another side of the conversation. Black Americans are not a single political group, and they are not automatically responsible for solving another community's immigration problem. At the same time, people from different backgrounds can still choose to stand together when families are facing fear, detention, or separation. That's what makes the conversation so complicated. Political disagreements can divide community, but when policies have real consequences for families, people sometimes begin looking beyond party lines and asking for support from communities they may have not previously expected to stand with them. It's also important not to generalize the people featured in these viral clips, represent their own experiences and opinions. Not every Latino Trump or every Black Americans. So the bigger question is, can communities put political difference aside when they believe families are being armed? I would like to hear from you. Do you think Black Americans should support Latino communities facing deportation regardless of their political choices, or should people deal with the consequences of the policies they support? Share your opinion in the comment below, and let's keep this conversation respectful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you